Is this a Spikes case?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, this is cause number 2020-54622. In the interest of Genesis Heavenly Spikes. Let's see. All parties in this matter, please raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
My name is Adriana Reese, and I'm the mother of Genesis Spikes.
And for the state,
Marcella Turner.
court will note that the non-custodial parent is Rico Spikes. Mr. Spikes was personally served on November 11th, 2020 at 1:36 p.m. at 1530 27th Place, Columbus, Bartholomew County, Indiana. He's not filed an answer, is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, then we will proceed by default.
Thank you, Your Honor. Miss Ruiz, how old is the child
Yes,
before the court today?
7 years old.
How old is she? Okay. And who
Yes,
does she currently reside with?
her mother.
And at the time, do you recall signing an acknowledgement of paternity for your daughter
Yes, now
at
I
her
do.
birth?
Yes,
And to your recollection, did Mr. Spikes also sign that acknowledgement of paternity?
yes, now he did.
And that acknowledgement of paternity was executed in the state of Texas, is that correct?
That's correct.
And what state was the child born in?
Here in Texas.
And where does Mr. Spikes currently reside? Which state?
Where does he currently?
Yeah, which state does he currently live in now?
Oh, Indiana.
Okay. And are you asking this court to appoint you and Mr. Spikes as joint managing conservators of this child?
Yes,
And are you asking this court to designate you as the conservator who determines the child's primary residence without regard to geographic location?
yes.
And do you have any safety concerns with your daughter having overnight visitation with her father?
Yes.
You do have safety concerns with her having overnight visitation?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. No.
And are you asking this court to order a standard possession and access order for visitation purposes in this matter?
No.
Okay. I'm sorry. Did you hear what I said, Ms. Ruiz? Are
No,
you
I'm
asking
sorry.
this
You're going
court to order a?
Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Let me know if you can't hear. Are you asking this court to order a standard possession and access order for visitation?
Oh, yes.
All right. And how is this child covered for medical and dental insurance?
Through Medicaid?
And to your knowledge, is Mr. Spikes currently employed?
To my knowledge, yes.
Do you have any information regarding his income each month?
No, ma'am, I don't.
And do you know whether or not Mr. Spikes has any other biological children other than your child?
Yes, I do.
How many?
One.
And is that child currently living with Mr. Spikes?
Yes.
And are you asking this court to enter cash medical support in the amount of $57 beginning July 1st of 2021?
Yes.
And are you also asking this court to enter current child support in the amount of $189 beginning July 1st of 2021?
Yes, that's correct.
And you understand that that child support amount was based off of the minimum wage presumption under Texas as well as the state of Indiana, that which we verified is the same amount. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
And since your child's birth, have you and Mr. Spikes lived together?
No.
And has Mr. Spikes provided any sort of financial support for your daughter since her birth?
Yes.
And how much did Mr. Spikes provide total since her birth? Do you remember the amount?
Yeah, roughly around 2,500.
And outside of that 2,500 that he's provided, are you asking this court to enter a retroactive child support judgment, which includes the credit of the $2,500 that he's provided in the amount of $8,462 as of today's date?
Yes.
And are you asking this court to order that Mr. Spikes be ordered to pay $93 on that judgment beginning July 1st of 2021?
Yes.
And you are not requesting retroactive medical or dental support, is that also correct?
That's correct.
And do you believe this order to be in the best interest of your child?
Yes, I do.
And are you asking this court to approve this default?
Yes.
No further questions for the witness. I'll pass the witness.
All right, the court will approve the order submitted. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
You can disconnect. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Who's handling Ramirez?
I am, Your Honor.
All right, do we have everybody online?
Yes, it's a default, and Miss Rodriguez, she is present. If you could go ahead and turn on your camera for me.
1 second. I'm sorry. I look like crazy.
That's okay.
All right, this is cause number 2020-68616 in the interest of Aiden and Isaac Ramirez. All parties and witnesses, please raise your right hands to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I do.
All right, ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the children.
My name is Erica Rodriguez. I'm the mother of Aiden Ramirez and Isaac Ramirez.
All right, and for the state,
Marcella Turner.
court will note that the non-custodial parent father is Gabriel Ramirez. Mr. Ramirez was personally served at 9110 Mount Houston Road, trailer 185 in Houston, Harris County, Texas. He has not filed an answer. Is that correct, Ms. Turner?
Your Honor, no, he has not. However, I did send further notice to Mr. Ramirez regarding
Yes.
today.
All right. Court will note that he was given further notice of the Zoom hearing for today by certified mail. Return receipt requested. He has not checked in. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
We'll proceed by default.
Thank you. At this time, Miss Rodriguez, could you please state the ages of both of the children before the court of each child?
Yes, ma'am. Aiden is 5 years old and Isaac is 1 year old.
And who do they currently reside with?
With me.
And has there ever been any family violence to take place between yourself and Mr. Ramirez?
Violence, no. Just like arguments. Yes.
And do you feel that if Mr. Ramirez had access to your address, if he does not already know where you live, that it would possibly cause you or the children harm, abuse, or harassment?
No, ma'am. He knows where I live. He just never even comes to try to see the kids.
Okay, so what is the reasoning for the request for the non-disclosure?
Whenever I have left them with him, and whenever I came back from work, my baby was in the pamper that I left him with, and my oldest Aiden hadn't ate. He did not feed them. He didn't even watch them. They were just there. That's the reason behind me saying supervised visits.
No. The reason for you asking for your address to not be disclosed.
Oh,
What is the reason for that?
oh, there's no reason behind it. He has my address. He knows where I live.
All right, the non-disclosure is denied, and you're going to need to send a new order, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. And are you asking this court to appoint both you and Mr. Ramirez joint managing conservators?
Say that one more time.
Are you asking this court to appoint both you and Mr. Ramirez as joint managing conservators?
Yes.
And are you asking this court to designate you as the conservator who determines the child's primary residence within Harris or any of the surrounding counties?
Yes, ma'am.
And based off of your previous testimony regarding Mr. Ramirez leaving the children alone or not neglecting the children while they're in their care, is that the reason you're asking this court to modify possession and access for a period of time, and at the conclusion of that schedule for the possession and access to go to a standard possession
Yes,
and
ma'am.
access? And how are these children covered for medical and dental support?
I have Texas Children Health Plan and dental.
Can't see
And
you,
to your
ma'am.
knowledge, is
Mr. Rodriguez. There we go. Okay.
I'm walking back to the. I'm at a splash pad with the kids right now. I'm walking back to the car.
Okay, but just keep your face in the picture, please. Go ahead.
And to your knowledge, is Mr. Ramirez currently employed?
To my knowledge, I do not know.
Okay. And does Mr. Ramirez have any other children other than your two children?
No, ma'am.
And are you asking this court to order cash medical support in the amount of $112 beginning July 1st of 2021?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you asking this court to order current child support in the amount of $380 beginning July 1st of 2021?
Yes, ma'am.
And since your children's birth, since the oldest up through the time, the period that the youngest child was born, have you and Mr. Ramirez been living together on and off?
On and off, yes. Recently, just moved out to. I just live with my kids now.
Okay, and so would you say that about around the time you guys split up for good was around July 1st of 2020?
It was on July 4th, actually, like the day of July 4th. That's whenever I decided to leave.
Okay, and since that time period, has Mr. Ramirez provided financial support for these two children?
No, ma'am.
And are you requesting retroactive child support from that date, or July 1st of 2020 up until today's date?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you asking this court to enter a retroactive child support judgment in the amount of $4,650 and order Mr. Ramirez to pay $75 on that judgment beginning July 1st of 2021?
Yes, ma'am.
And you are not seeking retroactive medical or dental support, is that also correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you believe this order to be in the best interest of your two children?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you asking this court to approve this default order?
Yes, ma'am.
No further questions for this witness. I'll pass the witness.
All right, the court will approve the order without the non-disclosure provision and the Attorney General to submit the order for signature today. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. Who's handling the Wokafor case?
I am, Your Honor. I am, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Rodriguez, you can, what do you call it? Sign off?
Ms. Rodriguez, please sign in to the other
Ms.
meeting.
Rodriguez,
Oh, there he is. There she is.
You
Ms.
want me to
Rodriguez,
sign
sign
into the
back
other
in
Zoom
to the
meeting?
first meeting. Yes, ma'am.
Snap. I don't have the Zoom number to that one again.
I'll call you and give you that information.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. This is cause number 2010-58333 in the interest of Pharaoh Wokafor. All parties and witnesses, please raise your right hands to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
Anisha Hicks. I am Pharaoh's mother.
All right, sir, your name and your relationship to the child.
Chickasee Wolcoffer. I'm Farrell's father.
And Mr. O'Neill, please announce your name and who you represent.
Good afternoon, Judge. Byron O'Neill here, counsel for the father, Chickasee Wolcoffer.
Okay, and Mr. Locking, identify yourself and who you represent, please.
Thank you, Judge. Elton Lockings representing Tanisha Hicks.
And for the state.
Marcella Turner.
We've got a suit for modification of support order and motion to confirm support arrearage, and we're having a hearing, is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, let me make some entries here. Do we have any stipulations?
We do, Your Honor.
What are the issues going to be?
The issues are child support. As far as who's covering the medical support, that is already been stipulated to. However, we cannot determine the reimbursement amount for the medical and the dental support without knowing the child support. And I believe that is the only issue, the child support amount.
All right, can you read the stipulations into the record, please?
Yes, Your Honor. The parties have stipulated to the arrears in this matter as of May 31st of 2021. And that amount is $23,184.48. And so the parties are agreed as to that judgment amount. I'm sorry, Your Honor, I'm mistakenly misspoke and said it was just child support, but the payout on that judgment is an issue before the court for the hearing as well. In addition to that, the parties have also stipulated to all exhibits being admitted. No one objects to any of the exhibits being admitted. And that the mother is covering the medical and dental insurance through her employer.
Okay, so the issues are arrearage payout, cash medical support, and child support.
Yes, and cash dental support as well.
All right. Let's proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, the state would like to call Ms. Hicks. Ms. Hicks, to your knowledge, is Mr. Nwokafor currently employed?
He has a number of businesses, so that would be self-employed, yes.
Okay. And to your knowledge, do you have any knowledge as to what each of these businesses that you allege he has yields on a monthly basis?
No, ma'am, I do not.
Do you have any knowledge as to whether or not the father of your child has any other children other than your child?
He does. He has a son in Dallas, Texas.
And do you have any knowledge as to whether or not there is a child support order for that child?
Yes, ma'am, there is.
And do you have any knowledge as to whether or not Mr. Nwokafor is receiving any sort of benefits outside of his monthly income that you believe he's receiving?
There is the unemployment benefits.
And are there any other benefits that you might be aware that he may or may not be receiving?
I'm just aware of the unemployment, and then based on there's some income from some of the companies. Now, exactly what it is monthly, I just saw documents that stated there was monthly income coming from the company.
And what are the names of these companies that Mr. Nwankwo owns or has?
I believe there are 7 companies. ATO Productions is one. There's an Asshole Gear. That's another one. There's Farman Films. There's Original Seed Entertainment. There's Original Seed Animations. OK Publishing. And Through the Lens Photos.
And do you have any knowledge as to what type of work he does through these companies? Like what trade are these companies in? Do you have any knowledge of that?
Entertainment, film, apparel. One is a publishing, so I'm writing books, photography. I'm sorry.
And how long has he had these companies?
Some of them as long as I've been dating him, or as when I was dating him, and that was back in 2007, 2008.
And how do you know that these companies are still in existence now?
There's income coming in that it's on his bank statements.
Okay. And Mr. Nwankwo, does he have any degrees?
Not that I'm aware of.
Mm-hmm. And so, did he ever go to school for a certain trade?
Yes, ma'am.
And what trade did he go to school for?
I believe he's a geophysicist.
Okay. And when did he receive that degree? Do you have any recollection of that?
Actually, I'm not aware.
And to your knowledge, is Mr. Nwankwo currently married?
He's divorced.
Okay. And does he live alone? Do you know?
From to my knowledge, yes, ma'am. He lives alone.
Do you know where he lives?
Yes, ma'am. You need just the physical address, or?
No, whether or not it's a home or an apartment.
It's a home. It's a house. Yes, ma'am.
Is it a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, upstairs, downstairs?
It is a 2-story, and I believe it is a 4-bedroom home.
Okay. And does he have a car to your knowledge?
Yes, ma'am, he does.
What type of car does he drive, or cars?
He has it is not a Range Rover, it is a Land Rover, I'm sorry.
And do you have any knowledge as to the year of that Land Rover that he owns?
No, ma'am, I don't for certain.
All right, no further questions for this witness. I'll pass the witness.
All right, Mr. O'Neill, do you have any questions? Or I'm sorry, Ms. Lockins, Ms. Hicks is your client?
Yes, she is, Judge.
All right, do you have any questions for her?
Yes, Judge. I just have follow-up questions.
All right.
May it please the court. Ms. Hicks, we spoke of the residence earlier.
Yes.
That residence is 13743 McKinney Creek Lane.
Yes, sir.
Are you personally familiar, and it is your testimony that that is his current address?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any idea whether he's buying or leasing that property?
My understanding, it's leasing.
Do you know or have any idea of what the monthly mortgage is on that property?
$2,100.
Okay. And you also may have some idea of whether or not that amount was being withheld from the bank accounts provided by Mr. Wilberforce.
Yes, sir, it was.
Okay. Notwithstanding on those accounts, did you note whether there were other household expenses that were being taken from that bank statement?
Yes, sir, there were.
Okay. At this point, Judge, I would like to ask, and the court is already of the understanding that our exhibits have been stipulated to. I'm gonna ask my paralegal to help me pull these exhibits up so I can share them with the court. May it please the court?
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you, Judge. I'm gonna pull up and start with the exhibits.
In the meantime, Ms. Turner, what is the current child support?
Current child support, I'm so sorry, Your Honor.
I
If
can
I
tell you,
could
Judge,
have the
it's
court take judicial
$1,260
notice.
per month.
Yes.
So you
And
had it.
if I could just have the court take judicial notice of that prior court order signed on February 4th of 2015, where Mr. Nwakafor was ordered to pay $630 semi-monthly beginning January 15th of 2015.
Twice a month?
Yes.
And is this seeking an increase or a decrease in child support?
Mr. Nwakafor has requested a decrease in child support.
All right, Mr. Hold on. Mr. Lockins, are you're showing me Exhibit 3,
That is correct, Judge.
13743 McKinney Creek Lane. That's a picture of a home.
Yes, Judge.
All right.
And I would ask the court to note on this exhibit, we're offering, they've already been stipulated to. Ms. Hicks, can you see that exhibit?
Yes, sir.
What is the estimated value of that home?
Estimated value is $262,000.
Okay. So next page. On that. And right now, if you would note on this exhibit, even as far as 2018, was the average amount of rent on this property $1,950 a month?
Yes, sir.
Judge, that exhibit has already been stipulated to, we'd offer it.
All right. State, Linus Exhibit 3, is it? I can't see the top part.
Yes, it's 3, Judge. Scroll back down, please.
All right. That's any
That would be-
objections, Mr. Byron? I can't see your last name.
Oh, O'Neill, no problem, Judge. No.
Okay. All right. Exhibit 3 is admitted.
Thank you, Judge. We would now go to Exhibit 4. Exhibit 4, Judge, Ms. Hicks, you recognize this document in Exhibit 4?
Yes, sir.
And what does that purport to represent?
And that is the social media page for the ATO Productions company that Mr. Wolkoffer has.
Okay, scroll down. I want to go to the title. And I would also ask you if you recognize across from a few words about us, what Mr. Wolkofor's position is in this company.
President and Chief Executive.
Okay. And do you know how long he's had this company?
He's had that company 2007 or 8.
Okay. And do you know what this company does?
Film production.
Okay. Judge, we'd offer R4.
All
No,
right,
objection. No objection, Your Honor.
R4 is admitted.
We're gonna go to R5. Do you recognize this document, Ms. Hicks?
Yes, sir.
What does this document purport to represent?
That's the formation of his company, Asshole Gear.
And is, to the best of your knowledge, is this business still operating and advertising as well?
Yes, sir.
Um, Judge, we would offer Exhibit 5 as evidence of Mr. Okafor's business with Asshole Gear.
Mr. O'Neill,
No objection, Your Honor.
Ms. Turner,
No objection.
Exhibit 5 is
Uh,
admitted.
And Judge, for judicial economy, we would also offer, which has already been stipulated to 6, 7, and 8. And we would show those to the court for the same purpose. Ms. Hicks, you recognize number 6.
Original Seed Entertainment, another, the other company for Mr. Wolkoffer.
And just like the other one, who's the owner on that business?
Mr. Wolkoffer.
Okay. Judge, I'd offer 6 and go to 7 for the same reason.
Any objections?
No
attorneys?
objection.
No, Your Honor. In fact, we
All
don't,
right, Exhibit 6 admitted.
Okay. And 7, would you confirm that this is also another business of Mr. Nwokafor?
Yes, sir.
And what's the name of that one?
Original Seed Animations.
Okay, we'd offer that one as well.
Any objections?
No objection.
We
No
go
objection.
to,
All right, Exhibit 7 is admitted.
thank you, Judge. We go to number 8, Judge. Do you recognize this one, Ms. Hicks?
Farman Films, yes, sir. Another company of Mr. Wolkoffer's.
And what business is this one in? But do you know?
Film production.
Okay. And it's your understanding that he is still operating this business?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you personally familiar with any services that he is still offering to people at this time?
Yes, sir.
And what particular service are you aware that he has offered recently?
Commercial production and film production services.
Okay. Do you know to anyone in particular or any particular item that you would say he's offered that service to?
I'm an individual by the name of Troy. He offered services for their company, production services for their company.
Was work actually done?
Yes, sir.
You're not aware of how much he received for these services, are you?
No, I'm not, but he does have a price list. I don't know
Okay.
what he received, but he does have a price list up on his website.
Okay. I want you to also tell me if there was any other persons that you're familiar with that he offered any services for.
Yes, sir. Mr. Franklin, same services, but I'm not aware of what he received payment for those services.
Okay. Like to offer number 8, Judge.
Objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
no objection to the, no objection.
Exhibit 8 is admitted.
Judge, I'm going to offer out an order, Exhibit 24. Not on here? Okay. My 24 did not come up, Judge. But Ms. Hicks,
Yes, sir.
are you aware of ATO Productions and the web page that advertises it?
Yes, sir.
And ATO is our Exhibit 4 that's already exhibit, correct?
Yes, sir.
And on there, there is a pricing list as well.
Yes, sir.
And who is the owner, executive, co-owner of ATO Production?
Mr. Wolkoffer.
And do you recall, or do you have anything that supports what the pricing is that he charges for the services he offers through ATO Production?
Yes, sir.
Could you tell the court what you do recall that is evident on the website for Mr. Wolkoffer under ATO Productions?
He has pricing for his services. Pricing starts with deposits of $5,000. And they go up to deposits of $10,000, depending upon the package.
Okay. You are not aware, and we were not provided with any of the financial income received for that service, are we?
No, sir.
Judge, I would move on to our Exhibit 9. Do you recognize Exhibit 9?
This would be the filing for the publishing company. Yes, sir.
And is this a publishing company owned by Mr. Okafor?
Yes, sir.
Is this just a name of a business only, or are you aware of any particular or any specific production that this company is operating right now?
There's a book that he has released on Amazon.
Okay. And you're not aware of what kind of income is received from this book, are you?
No, sir. It was not revealed in discovery.
Okay. So now, knowing that, is it your testimony that these are the reasons why you believe that the child support amount that's currently being paid by Mr. Okafor should not be reduced?
That is correct. Yes, sir.
And notwithstanding these amounts, I would ask you if you would refer to, and we're gonna ask the court as well, we're gonna go to Exhibit P12. I'm sorry, yeah, P12. R12, P12. Got to get those letters right. Okay. Is this the bank statement that we received from Mr. Okafor?
Yes, it is.
And in that bank statement, I'm going to look in the column for credits.
Okay.
See that?
Yes, sir.
In the column for credits, there's a large deposit of $11,134.11. See that?
Yes, sir, I do.
Are you aware where that came from?
Based on this, it says it came from Occidental Oil and Gas.
And that was part of a severance package, as far as you understand?
That's what I understand. Yes, sir.
When this large sum of funds came in, was Mr. Okafor already in arrears on support?
Yes, sir.
Did he make any lump sum payments from this amount to try and catch up on that support?
No, sir.
Would you scroll down, please? Hold on just a second. Yeah, scroll down, please. There were also two other payments in the same month that Mr. Okafor received for a rather large sum. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Was any of that provided to make any significant payment on the arrears on the child support?
No, sir.
Scroll down just a little bit more, please. Okay. And the same with the last payment from Occidental, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Judge, we would offer P12 and go to P13.
Objections?
No
No
objection.
objection, Your Honor.
All right, they're admitted.
Now, I'd ask you to take a look at the payments on 331 and both on 331. Do you see those?
The credits, or you said the
Yes,
payment?
ma'am, the credits.
Yes, sir. I see them.
Okay. Those credits, would you see where they came from?
Yes,
To the
sir.
right.
Yes, sir.
Those cash app payments?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We're going to scroll down more. And we're going to go to more. One more.
All right, folks, this court is not set up to have hearings of this length This is going to be transferred to the district court for final hearing. Matters transferred to the 3/10 District Court. DRO mediation is ordered.
Did you say mediation will be ordered, Judge?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Judge.
All right.
May the parties be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. This is the 3/10 District Court, correct?
Yes,
Correct.
Judge.
All right. You're excused.
All right, counselors, I will send you courtesy copies of the referrals and the DRO orders.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, bye-bye.